And this episode is being brought to you by the good people at Queen's Try. The Try is an acronym for Teach pardon me. The Try is an acronym for Teach Redeemable Youth. Big shout out to them. Reach out to Charnel and the crew and let them know James King L sent you.
This is Real Talk with James King L on Live 609 Radio. Let's talk. Real Talk with James King L. Oh, let's talk. Real Talk with James King L. Real Talk is bringing you the news, interviews, food reviews, and so much more with your boy, James King L on Vibe 609 Radio. Oh, let's talk. Real Talk with James King L. Oh, let's talk. Real Talk with James King L.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with James King L. I am your host, James King L. Now, I've been scrolling through, like Riva say, the lovely world of TikTok, and I've been seeing a lot of sisters feeling unappreciated. What I want to say is this. A lot of times we see what we want to see, okay? If I go outside today, right, and I'm just feeling down today, I'm going to see bad things. That's all I'm going to see. But now if I wake up feeling good, full of energy, full of goodness, right, I'm going to see all types of good things when I go out. I'm going to share good energy. Things is typically going to go the way I'm feeling it, because how I'm feeling is going to be in connection with how I'm seeing, right? So back to the point is the sister's feeling unappreciated. I don't know why you feel like that. I know that there is a narrative being given saying that, oh, the brothers don't care for the sisters. That I'm tired of hearing that because I know it's a lie. It's not true. We love y'all. Sometimes y'all just might be hard to deal with. You know what I mean? So sometimes we got to give you your space. You understand? Let you calm down. Let you relax. You dig? And once you do, you calm down, you relax. Trust me, we're there. We are there. And it's a shame that the narrative is what it is. You know what I mean? Like man against woman, woman against man, man and woman against the child. I hate all that. I represent man, woman, and child. You understand what I'm talking about? It's not about all the separation. It's about the collective, the togetherness. You know what I mean? That's what makes us strong. Divided, we are weak. You understand? For whatever reason. I'm not even going to depth on why it's this way. But a lot of times, us brothers are getting a bad rap. We are not the ones in control of this patriarchal system that we live in on this land at this time. We did not conceive it. We did not create it. We didn't, and you know what I mean? We're victims like you all are. And we're more of a victim than y'all are, because most of the time we're dying protecting y'all and those babies. You understand what I'm saying? We're the ones getting locked up. The majority is men going to jail and getting murdered out here. So, you know what I mean? I say that to say, I think you're just looking at it wrong. And I also think that a lot of times how it's looked at is crazy, because you'll say that the guy you deal with ain't worth crap, right? But what about your brother? What about your father? What about your nephew? What about your grandson? These are all men. These are all men. So when you throw the one guy off the boat, you kind of like hook him to a sinker and a rope connected to all the other men. And yeah, we got piece of crap men out here. We always did. We got piece of crap women out here. We always did. But we can't use them to represent the masses. The majority are not like that. I've been in many hoods, right? And in the hoods, right, there is a small percentage that run those hoods that's putting in that work. That's gangsters, they would want to say. I say more like thugs. But nonetheless, there's a higher majority of people that are not like that. The majority of people are scared to death of that few people that's running everything, right? So I say that to say, stop highlighting that one piece of crap dude that y'all all know. Stop highlighting that one guy. And pay attention to the majority, right? And another thing I want to say, a lot of our women, they got educated, they get into the bag, and I love all that. Trust me, I love it a lot. But what the problem is, they're looking for unrealistic mates, right? A relationship is not just based off of money. In the last 10, 20 years, I've been hearing this crazy stuff. Before that, I wasn't hearing that. I was hearing more about a solid home. I was hearing about knowledge. I was hearing about the belief in something greater than yourself. And I believed in family values and things of that nature. As of lately, everybody's only worshiping money. They don't worship God no more. They worship their money. I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because they'll disappoint you and keep telling you why they can't show up for you day in and day out. One excuse after another. I'm really writing a book based off of the excuses that other people have given me for why they have not shown up, right? And I'm not going to say whether it's men or women, but I will say it's both, right? But what I will say is they're not having these same excuses or same energy for their job or their hustle or anything dealing with the bread. They're going to stop everything they're doing to get there if it's some money waiting on them. So to add on to that, we ran some numbers up and we seen that the unrealistic goals that a lot of women have these days, they want a guy making at least $500,000 a year. And then when you look it up for yourself, since everybody like to fact check, and you'll see that that's only like 1% of the population has making $500,000 and up. So that means there's going to be a whole lot of lonely women. A lot of them. A whole lot. And that's just something to think about. Take that in for a minute. What you want, you probably can't have. So then when you got this minority of 1% of guys that have this type of money you're talking about, guess what has to happen? They got to be shared with the other 60% of 50-something% or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So you're not going to end up with these marriages and all these different things that you would love to be. It's not really going to be possible because based off of your wants, it's undoable. It's unrealistic. So I advise y'all to reevaluate how you're making your decisions, right? And then on another note, I know a lot of guys that got a lot of money, right? I know guys that have way more money than me, but the problem is they can't protect their family like I can. They're not willing to do whatever it takes to protect them babies and protect that woman. You understand? Like I am, and like the guys I know are. And that should be the most important thing because if you are fortunate enough as a woman to be the breadwinner, let's just hope you're fortunate enough to have a man that can protect that bread for you and keep you safe. Because by you having that bread, you are a target. Keep that in mind. And not to even change the subject too quick because I got to land this plane. What I'm going to say is this. I have a mother. I have a consort. I have daughters. I have nieces. I have a granddaughter. So I love women. I love all of them. I love to even watch women I don't even know walk by. You know what I mean? Like a true OG, just enjoying the sights. You know what I'm saying? I love it all. And I don't watch them be harmed. You know what I mean? I look out for them when the time is amongst us to do so. You know what I mean? I help out here, I help out there. I don't get nothing back. Let me rephrase that. I don't try to exchange gifts for skins. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I hold myself in such high regard that me doing everything in the world to get some sex is just beneath me. That's just beyond my comprehension. You understand? As far as me being who I am. Not to say I'm all that, not to say I'm none of that. But what I am saying is that I'm a level-headed individual that understand what has true value and what does not. You know what I mean? I looked out for a sister today, and she was a beautiful sister. You know what I mean? I did what I did to help out, and then guess what I did? I got in the whip and got up out of there. I might not ever see her again. You know what I mean? So all this narrative of there's no guys that's protectors or helpers or providers, whatever, that's false. Stop falling for that. That's nonsense. And the more y'all repeat that, the more y'all believe it. But I'm telling you, you're believing a lie. With that being said, I am you, you are me, we are everything. Islam, peace and love.